Hi, everybody. You're listening to the Women's Eye radio show. I'm so glad you could join us today. I am, of course, Stacey Galante. Susie Taylor, she just started her own business, and it's really taken off, thanks to a very messy airplane ride with her kids in tow. You know, it's always fascinating to hear about someone's light bulb moment where they have this great idea for a business and then they just get this urge to just go and run with it. And then that idea becomes a huge success, like, say, Spanx or Whiteout. Well, Susie Taylor gave birth to an innovative product, a child's bib, then got her big break on TV's Shark Tank. Well, now this mompreneur is laughing all the way to the piggy bank. Hi, Susie.
Stacey, how are you?
I'm just fine. Coming to us from Florida. So obviously everybody in Florida knows all about, or at least in Miami, correct?
Yes, Miami.
Yes, so they know about the bib lady. But I think that this is such a great idea because you're sort of like in that sort of honeymoon stage with this, right? Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, it's been quite some time, even though, the overnight success doesn't quite happen that way, although it looks that way. We've been working at this for several years, actually.
Okay, so before you got into this sort of entrepreneurial mode, who were you before all this happened? Like, what was going on with your life?
Let's see. I went to school for theater. I had planned to be an actress.
Oh.
And I lived in New York City and taught a ton of fitness classes. And a little bit of acting.
That's great.
And yeah, it was awesome. Then I moved to Miami because I got back together with Steve, my husband, and we got married and had two kids. And I was a stay-at-home mom.
Right. So now, where were you thinking in terms of, like, did you want to work, or were you full-time, like, I can't handle anything else? Or
I was not the kind of woman that had said, I'm going to have kids stay home and raise them. But that's what was happening, and that's what I was doing, and that's what I had chosen to do.
Right.
But I had gone to college. I had a master's degree. I had planned to do something outside of the house. But at this time, I was just stuck in the house doing laundry and cooking. And it felt that way, to be honest. It was really a difficult time for me.
Well, and that's the thing.
Home with two boys.
Well, yeah, and I mean it's rewarding, but then at some point you're just, you sort of perfect that, right? And you're like, I need a little more of a challenge. And what was your master's in? What did you study?
Classical theater. Actually.
Oh, okay. So, all right, but it's funny because I don't know, how do you think your acting background is maybe helping you right now?
I think I just decided that in my mind I was going to do this, and I kind of believed it, like the way someone would believe a role or a character.
Okay.
And I kind of just went full force into it. It was just, it was something I just truly believed in. And in that sense, that's where, acting was very helpful.
Yeah. So were you ever someone had ever invented anything or had ideas, or were you kind of an idea person?
Yeah, I do. I did like events, and I wrote some plays, and I would, create, write poems and stuff like that. So I was always like creating concepts. I just never fully executed something to this extent. This is the first time I've gone, several years on the same, note.
Well, and who were your idols? Or did you have business women who were your idols?
Oh, like you just were mentioning Spanx. I've read a lot about her. You had Chris Carr on. I've read a lot about her and watched her movies and stuff. Just women that seem to kind of fall into a situation and follow it through to the nth degree. And I just honor women like that. Mary Kay, funnily enough, is one of my biggest idols.
But that's so funny because Mary Kay, and look at where she is. I mean, so
she's amazing.
Do you envision that for yourself?
Yeah,
not to jump ahead.
But I was when I moved back from New York, I was actually starting with Mary Kay because I really wasn't sure what to do, and a friend of mine kind of started talking to me about it, and I went. And I remember sitting in the back of the class because they teach you about sales, thinking, I could do this. Like, not I could do this sales, but I can invent something that would be helpful to people. Like, that's how big I thought.